Hello, everyone, and welcome to Streetwise Live. If there's one thing every investor wants, it's to find an opportunity before a stock takes off. Well, today we are talking to a gold and metals expert about a company he says checks all the boxes. Let's get the goods. Well, Cross River Ventures recently received drill permits for its expanded McVicker gold project in northwestern Ontario. This district scale exploration project covers 12,000 hectares. This young company says they're sitting on top of high grade gold and they're moving at a rapid pace. Joining us now, our natural resource investing expert, Matt Battiali. And we also have Cross River Ventures CEO Alex Klenman. Hello, gentlemen.
Hi, Sydney.
Thanks.
Thanks for having us.
Oh,
Thanks,
my
Cindy.
pleasure. All right, Matt, we should also mention you are a Cross River Ventures technical consultant. So why does Cross River's land package matter so much?
Well, it's really easy. In Canada, most of the gold that you have are in greenstone belts. When you think about the Abitibi, this giant deposit or this giant stretch of rocks that contains over 200 million ounces of gold. And that sits here. And then right over here, you have Red Lake. That's got about 30 million ounces of gold. And right in between the two, you have McVicker. You have this great big land package. It covers an entire greenstone belt all its own. So it has a lot of potential I'm really excited about.
Sounds like a lot of gold. Okay, Alex, tell us about the history of your flagship McVicker project.
Well, thanks, Cindy. McVicker really is a consolidated effort. There were a lot of smaller postage stamp claims sort of pieced out throughout the Lang Lake Belt. We were able to put it all together in this, as you mentioned, 12,000 hectare package. There was some work done in the 90s by BHP that generated some eye-popping sample results from channel sampling and things like that. But really, it's the ability for us to be able to grab this package, go through all the historical data, see where all those positive areas are, and now control the entire sort of underexplored situation that we find ourselves in.
All right, now, Matt, I know you're excited about Cross River's technical team. Tell us more about that.
Well, this is a group of really experienced exploration geologists. It's led by Dr. Rob Carpenter, who was the former CEO of Kaminak. They made the coffee discovery, which they ended up selling for $500 million. And when you're looking at greenstones and you're looking at a package the size of McVicker, you really want seasoned explorationists, people who understand how these rock packages work, because in greenstone belts, you need to understand the plumbing, and it tends to be these giant shear zones, and that acts as the channel for the gold-rich fluids to come up in. But then you need to find exactly where the host rocks are that are most conducive. And we know McVicker has the potential. There was a mine on this property called the Golden Patricia that produced about 500,000 ounces of gold at 18 grams per ton average grade. So the potential for high-grade, large quantities of gold exists on the project, but you want these experienced people who've made discoveries before to really help set up the exploration, figure out where the potential lies, and then direct the drilling and exploration.
Now, Alex, I know we had a few visuals that we could take a look at. Is there anything you can explain for us if we bring something up?
Yeah, no, I'm glad that Matt brought up Golden Patricia. We do have a slide that shows where that is in relation to our land package, but there it is there. You can see there's some smaller deposits just south of us, and then you see Golden Patricia, 619,000 ounces historic at 15 grams per ton. You can also see the scale of McVicker in that slide as well. So all those little tiny circles are gold occurrences. You can see that we have plenty, and those gold occurrences may be a sample, maybe a prospector ran into something at one point, but the cumulative total is right there, and it doesn't end, we can safely say, at those circles the way they sit today. There's much more there. It's just a question of time and when we get to the next phase of exploration, which is kind of where we are now. We graduated. We've gone from data compilation. We're actually on the ground now doing some ground truthing. We're flying LiDAR surveys. We're doing a fair amount of work that's going to lead us to drilling in late Q3, early Q4 of this year, and that'll be a big moment for Cross River.
I did mention in the lead you were moving at a rapid pace, and you definitely are. And Alex, obviously you're biased, but why is Cross River a company investors should follow now?
Well, in the intro, you talked about Matt's checklist, and I think that's any smart investors looking for some attributes. So we have those. We have size, we have scalability, we have location, we have the tech team with decades of success and big success behind them, and we're pretty early in our life cycle as a public company. We IPO'd in 2020, so we're really just a year into it. So our capital structure is quite low, and all of those make for a very attractive investment. You look at these things from an unbiased eye, and yeah, I'm biased, but you look at it from an unbiased eye. You can't argue with those metrics right there.
Okay, and Matt, I know you're very optimistic about this company. What kind of investors should own shares in Cross River?
Well, I have to put on my old newsletter writer cap, because this is a speculative play. It's a really, really small company, but it's like a lottery ticket. I mean, it's a $5 million market cap at a time when the gold price is high and has the potential to go much higher. At the same time, we have what I consider to be a lot of exploration upside. Like Alex said, this is early stage, but there's a lot of smoke here with really good people going out to look and see if they can find fire. Chances are, I think, pretty good. So you have a relatively low risk because the story is not told and the company is still very small, and the reward potential is very large in this market. If we get a discovery, everyone will suddenly know the Cross River story. And right now, I don't think anyone does. So it's a high risk play. It's not something that you want to bet the mortgage money on, but it certainly is. It should be in every speculator's portfolio right now, because the good stuff has the potential to be coming soon.
Okay, again, the company is called Cross River Ventures. CEO Alex Klenman and Matt Battiali, thank you both very much for joining us today.
Thank you, Cindy.
Thank you, Cindy.
And thank you as well at home for joining us today. Of course, if you want to get the latest investment news, please subscribe to our channel and do give us a thumbs up. Have a wonderful day.